Springfield might seem like a town full of jokes and fun, but behind all the laughter, something more serious is going on. Over time, small signs, odd behavior, and emotional struggles in the characters have made people start to wonder, could there be a hidden truth behind all the laughs? Let's explain Springfield's darkest secret and the emotional scars behind it in simple detail. If you've ever watched The Simpsons and thought, these people seem a bit strange, you're not alone. Behind their yellow skin and four fingers lies a town full of hidden problems and personal struggles that even a cartoon therapist wouldn't want to handle. Springfield might look like a silly cartoon neighborhood, but really it feels like a big psychological test gone wrong. Take Homer, the dad who proves that getting hit in the head too many times doesn't mix well with raising kids. Every joke, when he gets hit, shocked, or blown up, is funny on the surface, but each one leaves damage that no one talks about. The show plays it off with a funny sound and a quick scene change, but let's be honest, in real life Homer would probably have serious brain problems by now. But in the show, he's still walking around like nothing's wrong. His real mental wound isn't just the hits, it's the way he pretends he's fine. He acts like laughing everything off makes it better. The town laughs with him, and he keeps going, even though deep down he's just a man pretending that his pain is part of his personality. Then there's Marge, a mom who's held her family together for years, much longer than her tall blue hair has stood straight. At first glance, she looks like a calm, caring wife, but when you look closer, you see a woman who's always cleaning up messes without anyone cleaning up hers. Her pain is quiet, she's the one fixing everything, but no one fixes her. She hides how she feels, keeps her sadness to herself, and believes that as long as the kids are okay and the house is clean, things will work out. But you can only cook so many meals and smile through so many hard days before it starts to break you. Marge has spent her life putting others first, and what's sad is that she believes that's a good thing even when it hurts her. Bart is like Springfield's way of saying no thanks to rules. He's always making trouble and pulling pranks, but deep down, that's not just for fun. Bart acts wild because it's the only way people seem to notice him. He's not a bad kid, he just wants attention. His teachers think he's annoying. His dad literally strangles him when he's angry, and even though his mom tries to help, she can't fix everything. Bart's emotional wound is this. He starts to think that being punished is the only way people care, so he keeps acting out. It's not just about being funny or bad, it's how he gets noticed even if it's for the wrong reasons. Lisa, on the other hand, is really smart. But being the smartest person in a family in a town that doesn't understand her can feel very lonely. She's great at school, she loves learning, and she plays her saxophone to relax. But most of the time, she's by herself. People in Springfield don't admire her intelligence, they make fun of it. That leaves Lisa feeling like no one truly gets her. Her big fear? That she'll be stuck in Springfield forever and eventually turn into the same kind of people she wants to be different from. Her emotional scar is about feeling trapped in a place that doesn't value who she is. Now, Maggie, she's been a baby for decades. She never talks, but that silence says a lot. People think she's just there to look cute in the background, but really, Maggie has seen it all. She watched her dad constantly hurt himself, her mom quietly fall apart, her brother misbehave for attention, and her sister feel alone in her own home. Maggie doesn't speak, but that doesn't mean she doesn't understand. Her emotional scar is heavy. She sees everything but can't say a word. One day when she finally does speak, it might not be sweet. The Simpsons family alone might keep a therapist busy for years. But they're just the beginning. Take Mr. Burns, the richest old man in town. His deep emotional wound is loneliness, which he turned into cruelty. He clings to his money because it's the only thing that never left him. Where love and friendship should have been, he filled the space with cash. So now he treats his workers like bugs under a microscope. He's not just cold, he's actually scared of caring about people. His scar shows that being rich and alone doesn't fix anything. It just turns a sad man into something mean. Other characters also carry deep emotional wounds if you pay attention. Take Mo Sislak, the bartender. His whole life is a series of rejections. His bar isn't just a place to drink. It's like a group therapy where Mo is both the one listening and the one who needs help. Every failed date, every prank call, and every lonely night behind the bar adds to his sadness. Mo's scar is believing this is the best his life will ever be. The only thing that keeps him going is a tiny bit of hope that tomorrow might be better, but truthfully, it probably won't be. Krusty the clown isn't doing much better. His life is a sad story hiding behind silly jokes. He's always trying to be famous because he never got his father's approval. Every time he tells a joke, he really is trying to fill the empty space in his heart. His laughs sound fake and full of pain. People laugh with him, but deep down, he's a man still trying to prove he matters. His scar is thinking he's nothing without people clapping for him. Even Chief Wiggum, who seems like a silly character, has his own painful truth. His scar is knowing that he's bad at his job and everyone knows it, but no one ever replaces him. Living with that kind of failure is hard. He hides it with jokes, food, and pretending not to care. But deep down, Wiggum knows people don't really respect him. His badge gives him power, but not the respect he secretly wants. How about Ned Flanders? He seems like a happy, overly kind neighbor. He never says a bad word. He acts like everything in life is great, but deep down, Ned is carrying a lot of sadness. He lost his wife, his parents were free-spirited, and gave him no structure growing up, and now he's raising 2 sons in a town that constantly makes fun of his beliefs. His cheerfulness isn't just part of his personality, it's how he fights off sadness. Every time he says, "Hi diddly-ho," he's trying to tell himself that life still has meaning. While Homer represents wild emotions and chaos, Ned is the opposite, trying to hold everything together with faith and good behavior, even in a world that doesn't care. Apu's pain is different, but just as real. For years, he's been seen as an example of a hardworking immigrant, owning the Quickie Mart, supporting his big family, always working, but that success came with a cost. Apu's scar is being tired all the time, but having to keep smiling. He works long hours, often sleeps at his store, and deals with constant jokes and stereotypes. When he says, "Thank you, come again," it sounds polite, but it hides the truth. He feels stuck. His dream of success in America turned into a life he can't walk away from without losing everything he worked for. He may smile, but he's worn out. Principal Skinner is another person hiding deep emotional pain. He fought in the Vietnam War, and now he's back in Springfield, dealing with a different kind of battle. Being in charge of a public school full of kids who don't respect him. His biggest challenge is Bart, who always makes him look foolish. On top of that, he still lives with his very controlling mother. Skinner's scar is a mix of old trauma from the war and his daily struggle to feel respected. He follows rules very strictly, not because he truly believes in them, but because having rules helps him feel in control. Every time Bart plays a prank, you can almost see Skinner remember a past he's trying hard to forget. Ralph Wiggum might be the saddest example of a hurt person in all of Springfield. At first, he just seems like a silly kid who says strange things like, "My cat's breath smells like cat food." People laugh at him, but if you look deeper, you'll see something more serious. Ralph is likely dealing with learning problems, and he has a father who doesn't seem to know how to help him. His pain comes not just from his condition, but from how alone he is. Everyone in town finds him funny, but no one steps in to guide or support him. Ralph's innocence makes him lovable, but also reminds us that some people are hurt not by what happens to them, but by being ignored and left behind. Reverend Lovejoy, who is supposed to be the town's spiritual leader, also carries emotional scars. When he first became a pastor, he was probably full of hope and energy. But over time, he realized most of the people in Springfield don't really care about what he says. They come to church out of habit, not faith. This has worn him down. Now his sermons sound bored and tired because he's lost the passion he once had. His pain doesn't come from one big event. It's more like a slow fading of purpose. He hasn't stopped believing completely, but he no longer expects much to change. He's a symbol of what happens when someone tries to do good, but eventually just gives up trying too hard. Dr. Hibbert, the town's main doctor, is always laughing, even when the situation is serious. But his laugh isn't really about being happy. It's his way of coping with the stress and sadness that comes with his job. He's seen a lot of people get hurt or even die, and instead of showing how much that affects him, he covers it with jokes. His emotional scars come from needing to protect himself from all the pain. Even the places in Springfield carry signs of damage. The nuclear power plant, for example, is like a big scar on the town itself. It glows with danger and reminds everyone of how greed and carelessness can harm the environment. The school is another scar. It's not well funded, it's ignored, and it shows how little people care about education. Most tavern is stuck in time. The same people come in, drink too much, and go home miserable. These buildings show how the people feel on the inside: hurt, ignored, and stuck. What makes all of this so interesting is that the scars don't just explain what each person is like, they explain how the whole town works. Think about how many times Springfield has almost been destroyed. There have been riots, scandals, money problems, and crazy accidents. But the town always survives, not because it's strong, but because it's used to pain. The damage becomes part of the town, like cracks in an old house that somehow keep it from falling down. It's a weird kind of strength, the kind that says, we may be broken, but at least we're broken together. Do you believe that Springfield has dark secrets? Thanks for watching and supporting our channel. Click the next video on your screen to dive into another exciting Simpsons story.